they were doing a painting by Harry Alden. Sounds very English, but he was born in Malta in 1929, and the book about Maltese painters, which is also about people who painted Malta, just not just locals. He has an entry showing a rather fine painting of race horses. The article here says he went to America and was a teacher, went to England, and amongst other things, they also have race courses in America and England, but of course they have one at least in Malta. So we have the horses. I think that it's likely that he was aware of the speed bronze of horses by Antonio Sciattino, who did the horse speed bronzes around late 20s. So I think that he's aware of how those horses lean forwards, and I think he's captured it quite well. Might be wrong. I just think that they are in tune with each other. So he's using these colours, this palette of colours, which in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s would have been fairly lurid colours to most people. The lines in this one are particularly bright, and he's repeated the lines, and other colours are also repeated, though some of them are slightly different to each other. He has made a composition within this grid, these cubes, and he has divided some of the cubes further. And the suggestion is that this man is sitting on a stool or leaning against something. But though it's hard to tell, but it's a hint that he's not standing up, he's leaning or sort of perching on a bench or something like that. And the dimensions on the body, the anatomical dimensions, are pretty much right. And the man is, it's a profile of the man, and you've got shadow painted in this rather nice way. It's a beautiful thing. It's got these limey colours. I say lurid colours, not to insult it, they have these lurid colours, and he's got a lovely, considered, painted signature. It's not just signed or just scrawled on. It's done as you would see many English painters in the 30s or 40s do that type of signature, and they are dreadfully expensive now because he's collected. And the thing about this Alden is he did coloured pictures and black and white pictures as well. He has a distinctive look, and he's not one of the sort of Maltese painters where there are a dozen or so similar, and you have to sort of look quite closely to sort of work out which one it is. I'm thinking of the Gallias particularly. You could say there's a bunch of Espositos. You need to look twice to work out which one it is. With this Harry Alden person, if you go and see on a wall, they're quite distinctive, and I think that has to be a bonus for them, really. So he's a Maltese painter, painting in the mid 20th century, and he was painting stuff which was fairly garish and avant-garde and sort of non-mainstream. And I think it's in tune with the market now. People are quite happy to buy late 20th century works, and they're quite happy to buy early works from the 2000s. I'm thinking Banksy and Hirst. People, serious collectors will buy that stuff. This is of course much earlier. So it's Maltese, it's distinctive, it's going up in value, it's safe in value, and there are a lot of people chasing these Harry Alden pictures. The fact it's in the book, the fact the palette of colours in the book is the same as the one we have for sale, it just supports the value of this particular picture. And I've seen some pictures by Alden which just show squares and buildings and blocks. This has got the squares, and it also has a natural form in it. So you've got the curves and you've got the squares. So it's an interesting thing. And once you look at it, you can draw much more from it if you stare at it. For example, you've got this, as I say, these divided cubes here. You've got this flared leg of a stool, perhaps here. The way the shadow is on the back of the back of the leg, the side of the torso, the face. So it's really sort of sculptural, if you like, in the way the shadow is put on. It's in Nashar, if anyone wants to have a look at it. Thank you.